Sports. I'm Gargi Raut. We're here outside of the Premadasa Stadium ahead of the blockbuster India versus Pakistan game. But tonight, Pakistan is practicing inside of the stadium at the moment. Joining me is Pakistani journalist Shahid Hashmi. Shahid, I want to talk about, before we get into the lead up of this match, I also want to talk about a few certain things when it comes to Pakistan's game that are under the scanner at this moment. Starting with, of course, the hot topic at the moment, Usman Tariq's action. What are your thoughts about it? What is the conversation back home? And do you think he can be one of those trump cards against India?
He's been described as the trump card, the X factor, and a lot of things, the tormentor for India because his action is unique. He has height. His exaggerated pause at the crease in the delivery stride makes batsmen confused. And according to some of the former off spinners, they said that most of the Indian players frequently sweeps the ball. And if they sweep the ball, they will be in danger of getting out because Usman Tariq reads the batsman. He's an intelligent bowler, and his unique action will create difficulties for high-profile batting of India.
And when you look at last game of India versus Namibia back in Delhi, Gerard, Erasmus was bowling, and he was bowling one of those sling arm actions that the batters were actually struggling against. So that gives you a bit of an idea. Does that make you happy as someone who's supporting the Pakistani side?
Of course. I think Erasmus gave proper rehearsal for Indian batters
Definitely
to face Usman Tariq, and Erasmus was continually changing his action at the delivery stride and while bowling. But Usman Tariq has a constant action. It's a redoable action, and recently Ravi Chandra Ashwin also said he described all the complexities of bowling, especially the off-break bowlers, because most of the bowlers who are reported for illegal bowling action are off-break bowlers. You will never see a leg break bowler being questioned or being reported. Sadly, he was reported twice in 2024 and 2025, and the ruthless thing was that all his 24 deliveries were declared illegal, but all his 24 deliveries were cleared by ICC laboratories, and all those umpires did injustice to not a youngster but a matured guy who was trying to make a name for himself. He left Pakistan for Dubai doing some odd jobs, and then he suddenly watched Mahendra Singh Dhoni's biopic, from which he got inspired that if Dhoni can make a career out of cricket, then he can also make a career out of it. He went to Wajahatullah Wasti. Wajahatullah Wasti told him to bowl slightly quicker, and when his reaction was reported, he was never worried. He always told all the television channels that my action is within the limit and I'll be cleared. So if his action is being talked about in India, then definitely pressure will be on him.
Absolutely, and when it comes to the legality, it's on ICC, and he has been cleared from what I know. But at this point, we also are talking about Babar Azam. People are saying that with the evolution of T20 cricket, Babar Azam has somewhat been left behind. Yes, he has runs in the last game, but at the same time, how much faith do you have in him to come good against a team like India?
He's a star player, but sadly, he's not adapted himself to the format, the brevity, the aggression of the format Salman Agha has done. Salman Agha in the last 3-4 innings, 12 by 45, 27 ball 39, 40 ball 76, he's changed himself enormously, and only because he was criticized, all of the people were saying that why he's made the captain, his place is not guaranteed in a T20 international, but Babar Azam has not done yet. But again, in the US match, he got a very good 46, a very good strike rate of 144. So when time comes, a foreign coach, Mike Hassan, will never have an extra baggage. He will never think twice scolding Babar Azam. He will never try. He will never be afraid of telling Babar Azam that you are not required. You're not. If you're not able to bat like 144 or 150, you're not in my 11. And Babar Azam did change himself in 2019 when he actually played Vitality Blast for Somerset. Jess Kerr was the coach at that time. After 2 games, he invited Babar Azam for a team meeting, for a separate one-on-one meeting, and told him that 120 is not a strike rate we want from him. And he played 2 seasons with 146 strike rate. So if a coach is strong, if he tells him that you are not required to play if you are playing 120 strike rate, because the world has changed. Look at Abhishek Sharma, 200 plus strike rate. Look at other players who've gone from 120 to 160, 180. So Babar Azam will have to realize, although sadly he's been very conservative in his style.
Let's talk about the conditions also a little bit. Pakistan has been playing here. They will have that bit of an advantage when it comes to understanding what the surface is going to play out like. At the same time, which team do you think is better equipped to handle trickier conditions like that that we're going to see inside the stadium?
Without a doubt, India, because they've also played white ball cricket last year in Sri Lanka. They know conditions well. They are a very, very good side. They adapt to the needs of the ground. They at times they keep the toss out of the equation. They keep the pitch out of the equation, and the ruthless manner, the aggressive manner in which India is playing. It seems that other countries are playing T20 cricket on Earth. They are playing cricket on planet Mars or planet Jupiter. Excellent cricket.
Yeah.
And the way they have been winning series after series, matches after matches, they are a sight to beat. Only if they have a bad day like they had against United States. United States spurned a very good chance. Had that Shubman taken that Surya Kumar catch on 15, it would have been different story. But again, had India been got out for 130, 140, they would have made a match out of it, because they have got a very good bowling line attack as well. So again, 60-40 to India, because this Pakistan team in the last 2-3 months has changed. The confidence they are exuberating is excellent.
And finally, what was your highlight from Pakistan's practice session?
Practice session, again, they are very confident. They had a very scrappy win against Netherlands. And in the team meeting, Mike Hassan told them that if you play like this, you keep things left for number 8, number 9, then you're not going to go into the second round. So they played a very good match against United States, a grudge match, a revengeful match, because they lost in 2024. The confidence they showed, anything went in the air, they caught it. They batted well. 190 was a very good score. Then they kept pressure on United States right from the beginning. But again, they will have to select a proper 11 against India. They need to bring one more fast bowler, because you can, or if they do not want to bring a fast bowler, they should bowl 3 or 4 overs from Fahim Ashraf, because in the last game against India, the final, they got 4-0, 29-3 if I remember.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the insights, Shahid. We'll be back very soon, but tonight, India practices here at the Premadasa Stadium. All of us, the entire F Sports team, will be here giving you updates from Ground Zero. So don't forget to join us. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.